In this video, let's have a quick look at this very nifty little quick tool called as Automd. MD stands for Markdown. Markdown are a very interesting format of files. It is a lightweight, interoperable markup language that allows you to create formatted text using plain text syntax. It's a very simple way to add formatting to text without the need for HTML or other complex markup languages. And you use special characters in this markdown format, which indicates formatting, such as for header you simply add hash. In order to make the text bold, you just enclose the text within double asterisk, and so on and so forth. And these markdown formats are very valuable when it comes to giving LLMs their data. So you can use this tool, the Automd, to convert various types of files and GitHub repos into LLM-ready Markdown documents. It supports various formats such as text files, Markdown files itself, HTML, cascading style sheets, Python files, YAML files, JSON, CSV, config files, log, and various others. Another cool feature about this is that it handles zip files, so you can just provide it. For example, you have multiple zip files in your tar or zip folder. You just provide it that zip file and it will unzip it and it will process all the nested files within it. Then it also has a GitHub integration. You just point it to your GitHub repo and it is going to process all of your GitHub repositories. You can also automatically set the output file name based on input file or repo. And it has also got AI optimized Markdown, because what it generates with the metadata, it is a table of content and consistent heading style. So let's try to install it and process few of the different files with this utility. And this doesn't require any GPU or anything. It's a very little nifty Python file simply, and I will drop the link to this GitHub repo in video's description. There is no really installation as such, not even with pip. All you do is you go to this repo, you click on this green button, you grab the URL of this repo, and then let me take you to my local system. You can use Windows or Linux, whatever you want. I am using Ubuntu 22.04. All you need to do is to make sure Python is installed. So and also the Git, of course. If you don't have it, simply do pip install Git and it is going to install the Git. So let me git clone the repo of the URL which we have just copied. Simply type here this, and this is going to create it for you. Let's go to Automd directory, and if you do the ls-ltr, it has just one Python file which has all the code. So this is what we are going to use in this video. So let me before that show you a few of the files which I have created in this files folder. So these I have text file, HTML file, cascading style sheet file, and all that stuff. So these are simple. I just have put in some of the random data in it. For example, for cascading style sheet, this is the random data. So I just generated and put this data in it. And this is what I'm going to do. I'm just going to give the file path to the tool, and it is going to convert it into LLM-ready Markdown format. You can even point it to the directory and it is going to process all the files accordingly. So let's try it out on these files first. And I'm just going to go into that auto directory, and from here I will provide the path to these files. But there is a better way of running it. So you can run it here if your display is enabled, but as this is a terminal, so let me take you to my GUI, graphical user interface, where I have opened the same terminal, but in my Ubuntu GUI, it's always better to run it there. And then from here, all you need to do is to run the Python script like this. When you run it, okay, so because I have Python 3 installed, I keep forgetting that. So you see, it is now asking you to point to your GitHub repo, or you could just give it input file. So you just browse it, and then for example, I have, if you remember, my folder was in files in my home directory. So just click on files, and from here you can just give it any file. Let's say I just want to give it my text file first. and then you can change the name of the output file and the path. I'll just keep it here. It is done. And if I go here, and maybe if I just click on this Control C, or I think I would need to close that. Let me close that. Okay, that is good. Let's clear the screen. If I do ls-ltr, and if I do this md here, this is the markdown file it has generated out of my text file. That is good. Let's try out another one. So if I run this again, and okay, so this is one thing. I think it always go to the where the in the directory where the script is. I think it should always go to the directory where the files are anyway. Let's try out cascading style sheet. This is a bit complex and it's very quick. That is good stuff. And maybe I will just convert few of them. Maybe I will also convert the YAML file, and I'm also going to convert the JSON file. That is done. And let's convert one of more, maybe configuration file, the con file. And that is done. Cool. Let me cancel this. Let's clear the screen. And now if I do the ls-ltr, we have few of the markdown. Let's check them out. We already have checked the text file. Let's check the cascading style sheet. Amazing stuff. So you see, it has converted into that hash sign, the headings, and then these are the bold values and all that stuff. That is good. Let's check the YAML file now. Yep, you see the YAML file looks really good, the proper YAML format. And if I do the JSON one now, this is a JSON one. So if you look at this, both JSON and YAML are in the markdown. Now if I show you the actual JSON, for example, you will see this is a file which it has converted. It's a proper JSON format, but when it got converted into markdown, how uniform and standardized it looks here. And similarly, if I show you the YAML file, the original one. So this is the original YAML, and if we look at the markdown of this is a markdown version. So this is the beauty of it. Now you can just put it in a loop, you can point it to a directory, and it is going to convert all of them in one go, and then you can select it out. So really good stuff. I think very nifty little utility, and I think I'm already thinking that this will be very, very easy to integrate into existing data pre-processing pipelines, and then feeding them into my RAG pipeline, or to just give it to LLM for inference or anything, or maybe even fine-tuning or creating the data set. So this is the beauty of these utilities, that once you have them, you can just convert them into anything easily and integrate them. So really hats off to the creator who has done a wonderful work with this Automd. I will drop the link to it in video description. Let me know what do you think. If you like the content, please consider subscribing to the channel. And if you're already subscribed, please share it among your network, as it helps a lot. Thanks for watching.